I think you may look at.
So Ellis, who are we running here? Who is this?
Okay, this is one of Jimbo's puppies. His upland hunter, hunting retrieving champion, Jimbo's Chipper. And we're being called Jimbo's Chipper because it's going to be my last dog off from Jimbo. And he's holding about 200 championship points right now. And he's going to run in International Grand this time.
Is he?
Oh, hey, I said going to run it. I didn't say he's going to pass it.
Right.
But we're going to run the International Grand this time, which is going to be held down at Lyons, Georgia. And that's October the 9th through the 13th. And so it's getting pretty close to you now.
Yeah.
And but he's good.
He's what, about 4 years old?
About 4 years old.
4 years old. And you've trained him from a pup?
I've trained him from a pup.
What do you have set up for us here?
What I have here today, Kirk, is a little water test, is a bank cheating test, and we're going to try to keep the dogs from doing the cheating the bank.
Okay.
The first bird's going to come out over here to our right. And when it comes out to our right, it's going to arch up and fall over toward that little fishing camp, and the dog will go retrieve the thing for us.
Okay.
Now, the second bird's going to come out right here in the corner of this fence.
All right.
It's going to arch up and run parallel with the fence. The third bird is going to come up in the center. It's going to arch over the roadway, and the purpose of it going over the roadway is so the dog will have to cross the roadway. Some dogs don't want to cross the roadway. And then the dogs can pick them up in any order. Most of the time, the dogs is going to pick up the last bird down.
Okay.
And so we're going to kind of stagger the birds a little bit here, and this long bird will be the last bird down, and we'll see what the dog does. And most dogs is going to want to cheat around the corner of the bank, but these dogs has got to stay in the water.
So no cheating?
No cheating.
How far is the long bird, do you think?
The long bird is probably about 125 yards.
Okay. Are you going to run a blind on this setup?
The blind's going to be in behind this first fishing hut here, down close to the water.
Okay.
Now, before the dog go get that bird, before the dog runs the blind, we're going to have what's called a poison diversion.
Okay.
On his last bird back, regardless which bird it is, we're going to throw a bird here in the water, and he cannot get that bird. He has to go and pick up the blind and come back, and then he'll pick up the diversion.
He's going to want to pick that one up first, though, isn't he?
No, he's going to want to, but he better not.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Well, and then, what was he doing as a pup? How did you identify as a pup he was going to be a great dog?
Well, this is kind of a peculiar situation. Let me tell you this, Kurt.
Yep.
I know you're going to enjoy this. He was a stud fee puppy.
He was a stud fee puppy?
Stud fee puppy.
So for the folks that are watching, a stud fee puppy, what is a stud fee puppy?
A stud fee puppy is the puppy you get when your dog mates a female, which someone else owns.
Okay.
Instead of taking cash money, you take a dog.
You take a puppy. So Chipper was a stud fee puppy.
Chipper was a stud fee puppy. I had him sold, and when I had him sold, a man over in Banks County was supposed to get him.
Right.
He had a black puppy, and the black puppy got sick while he was going deer hunting, and took him to the vet. And when they took him to the vet had to cut him open and had to put him down because his liver was just a little deformed. And so then the man was looking for a dog. He knew this dog was Chocolate when I got him.
Right.
He knew it was Chocolate. He came from Banks County over to pick him up, and I demonstrated him, and he threw the green heads out, and he'd go get him. He was 7 weeks old. When the man he stood around a little bit, and he liked the puppy, he said, "That dog's going to be easy to train, isn't it? It's going to be real easy to train." And so he messed around a little bit. He said, "I really wanted a black." So we talked a little more, and I heard what he said, you know.
Yep.
He said, "I really wanted a black the second time." And I heard it a little bit louder. So he was fixing to write me a check for the puppy. When he started to write the check, he says, "I really wanted a black." I said, "Don't make out the check, I'll just keep him."
Yeah, so we ought to let him know who was that, so we can just let him know this is what he could have had.
This is what he could have had.
That's great. So if you're watching, this is what you could have had. Chipper here today. So Ellis, we appreciate you bringing him out. Thank you.
Well, he does a good job.
Appreciate it.
But now to run that International Grand, you know, you've got to keep it together for 5 days. And at International Grand, no room for any mistakes. There's no mistakes made. If a mistake's made, you put him in the truck.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You bet.